Alright, my name is Jonathan Wood. I'm giving an informative speech on leadership style and effectiveness in the military and civilian life. This is going to be my audience today. In the left-hand corner we have Maggie, we got Courtney, Lauren, Taylor, and Jacob. Taylor's going to be my recorder. So, leaders are unique people. Leaders use followers. They have been impacted greatly by various events and trials of life. They have transformed into something that will always remain into their hearts that for success in the military and civilian life. Defining a great leader, according to Braden Becker, leadership is a fluid practice. We're always changing and improving ways in which we help our direct reports to companies and while we continuously grow in the tasks. A great leader will live full and die empty. Now I want you to think about that quote. The most important thing about being a leader of people is you have to be a great listener, a great servant leader, and give feedback when necessary. So you must ask yourself, are you a follower or a leader? What I mean by this is that followers wait for direction and a leader forms his own path, finding the purpose of that goal day in, day out. With that, the leader will have a high threshold of discipline and followers will come. Okay. In Figure 1, I've displayed a very nominal leadership chart that gives basic business practice. Richard Branson launched his first business at 16. He was the founder of Virgin Group, comparing more than 400 companies in fields ranging from music to space tourism. He recently described his philosophy to Incorporated magazine: dream big by setting yourself seemingly impossible challenges. You then have to catch up with them. Bill Maher also stated in an interview with FASAE Foundation, my best leadership moments have all occurred when I realized I did not have to lead anymore. Leadership is not always about being in front. Sometimes it's about being comfortable enough in your skin to lead from the rear and let others shine. All right. In Figure 2, I have the Army Leadership Requirement Model. It's a flow chart of the Be No Do campaign of the military, specifically in the Army. So in all services, military leadership qualities are formed in a progressive and sequential series of carefully planned training, educational, and experimental events, far more time-consuming and expensive, similar training in industry or government. Military leaders tend to hold high levels of responsibility and authority. Military leaders is based on a concept of duty, service, and self-sacrifice. We take an oath to that effect. This can be followed by many different types of leaderships. So in these leadership styles, you have authoritarian, which is a directive behavior, decides on the job alone and focus on self-accomplishing tasks. Democratic, open communication, is a team leader and focuses on people. Laissez-faire, which abstains from leading, power with staff, and permissive. And bureaucratic, which is insecure and knows the rules and impersonal. So ranking these from top to bottom, most people tend to favor a democratic leadership opposed to a bureaucratic leadership, but it can fluctuate between what kind of leadership style you need to enact for that certain individual event or person. So leadership quality will ultimately be determined on how your subordinates follows or sees you. It will be a vital point in your military or business-oriented career to develop it further. All right, so this is a flow chart. What can you do to become a better leader? So step 1 would be self-actualization of what kind of leader you are. Step 2 would be identify the need for leadership. Step 3 is applying ethical leadership. And step 4 is follow up and give feedback on ways to become a better leader and become better at serving followers. Okay, in summary, bringing leadership quality that the individual is comfortable with can produce tremendous results. Work ethics and followership will have positive impact on work ethics, and through the company and the military unit, leadership is not an isolated instance, it's an ever-evolving concept. And here's my references that I pulled the figures from in the slides. And is there any questions for this informative speech?